Hi, my name is Marjut and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I wanted to talk about that kind of feeling, what you get when you really want to do something but you feel stuck at the same time. This is for you if you are having dreams but you are too scared to admit those to yourself. So today in this video I want to help you to get past this feeling and start to live the life you actually want to live. And no, it's not about creating your dream life, it's more about admitting to yourself that you have these goals and dreams which you might be too scared to say out loud, and also that you deserve to live that kind of life that feels good for you and do the things that you are passionate about and you care about. Thank you so much for tuning in and let's get started. So I wanted to start to talk about those signs when you are not living in alignment with your own values, or if you have this kind of feeling I was talking about, that you feel stuck with your life and you have some inner feeling that you want something more. So let's start with the first sign, which I already kind of mentioned, but it is this inner urge that you have inside of you, that you want to do something else. You kind of feel the frustration and a little bit that your energy is stuck. That's how it feels for me, at least. And you kind of feel that you are wasting your life somehow, your time here, and you just want to do something else with your time. The second sign is that you start to compare yourself a lot. And just to make it clear, I think, or it's not only my opinion, it is very normal to compare yourself. It's human things to do. But if it gets this toxic level in comparison and even envy, it's then you know that you're not living alignment for sure. And yeah, I think every one of us has felt these feelings of envy and comparison, but I think it's just very important to realize that we are doing it, and if we do it, then we know that there might be something wrong with our own life and how we are living it. I think it's just important to remember that the people who are living their life how they want to live and living in this good flow with themselves, they don't have time to compare and they don't have time to look what others are doing or feel about themselves and so on. And yeah, like I said many times already, it's very normal to do it sometimes, and like I'm sure you are doing it, I'm doing it sometimes, but yeah, like I said, it's not that it takes over your life and you don't get that negative energy in you or within you. And yeah, it's just one of the main signs that I think you can spot out when you are not living by your own values and in alignment. So the third sign I learned myself, I think this is really interesting, and this is not medically proven. I haven't done any research of this, but I told you in one of my videos that when I start to live by my own passions, or I start to follow them, my anxiety started to go away. And when I've been younger, I have been quite shy. I have been feeling that there is something here. This might sound a bit woo-woo, but for the people who has experienced the same thing, I don't think it is woo-woo. So when I was younger, I felt that I have this kind of feeling in my throat that my voice is not enough. And I think this must be also, there must be many reasons, and I'm not a psychologist or anything, but I just think that it's a lot about the fact that I wasn't living in alignment, and I wasn't doing the things I want to do. I didn't dare to tell my own dreams, or I didn't want to say them out loud. I didn't even admit those to myself. So yeah, I think that's one of the signs that if your body is acting out somehow, and like I said, it's not for everything, it's not for everyone, but I think it's just super interesting that I had this issue in my speech, that it was really hard for me to get words out, and it is still sometimes as well, but I think it has gotten 100 times better now when I started to actually live my own I start to chase those things, what I want to do, and not care a lot what others think about those, and just dare and realize that I'm worth it as well. So I think it's a lot about feeling worthy, and also that that I feel that I'm enough. So yeah, these are really hard things, I would say, and I don't say that it's easy, and there is a lot of things we need to really process when we have these kind of issues. But yeah, it is one sign that if your body is acting out, if you feel a bit anxious, like I said, the feeling of that there is something inside of you that needs to come out, that you need to speak your truth and say it out loud to people and realize that you are worth it, then I think it's a very good sign to follow, that if you cannot do it, then you might not live in alignment. Next, I would like to share some steps to you that you can use or just have it back in your mind that will help you in the future if you feel these signs that you're not really living your own life, or you're not living in alignment with your own values, and yeah, you just feel like you're wasting your time here. So first tip for everyone who feels a bit lost and stuck is that you need to get really clear, what do you want? And if you don't know, that's totally okay. Don't worry about it. I have been there many, many times that I don't know what I want. And when I was younger, I was a very lost soul, I would say. But I have been working and trying to find answers, and I think finally it's kind of just fell into place. So I'm just telling you that if you just look and search and whatever the English word is, but if you just focus on finding it, what you want to do, what is your thing, and you can have many things. Don't worry, you don't need to find your own only one purpose, for example, but yeah, I think you will find it for sure. And how to start to look for what you want to do, what you could ask yourself is that what do you want, what do you like to do? What are your hobbies? What kind of books do you read? And what kind of movies do you watch? Or what kind of things make you excited? And for me, this was psychology, for example. I have always been really interested in psychology, and to be honest, if I never moved abroad and I went to school, I would have done something related to that. I would have studied psychology, or I would have studied something that is related to topic that we understand how our mind works and so on. But yeah, for me it was that. And then also wellness. I love wellness. I love moving my body. I love healthy food, healthy habits. And also I love helping others. And that is, of course, a human thing. I have a feeling that everyone has that in them, like almost everyone. I cannot say everyone, but most of the people have it, and that brings us a lot of sense of purpose, that we can help someone or be helpful for others. So I have just included that in my list, and that's gonna be always my little northern star that what I follow. that I want to help others, and I want to include that in my work. Like if I do YouTube videos, if I do a podcast, if I just do anything in my work life, it's usually that I want to help people somehow. I want to bring some value for them. And also yoga is one of my passions. So yeah, I kind of had that combo, and that's how I came up with that. Okay, how can I have one more. I'm really into content creation. I love working with websites. I love creating content, like I said. Since I was a kid, I loved to sit with my blog, and kid, 15 years old, but it's kind of a kid. But that's what I love to do. And then I thought that how can I include all these things together? And then I came up with creating this YouTube channel. So I have had my blog, I have had Instagram, me and my best friend, we have a podcast, and that's also a big part of my alignment at the moment. So yeah, it's just to find all those things, and there can be many things, but I think as long as you ask yourself, like, what are my interests and what do I want to do with my daily life, then you can kind of find it. Okay, so then step 2 is that you should do, or when do you know what you want to do and you know your goals, then you need to do something every single day towards those goals. And they don't need to be any big steps, you can do baby steps, but as long as you do something every day and you have your focus on those, then I think you will get somewhere in time. It might not be exactly what you expect, but I think it's also important that you do these steps every day, because it will take you somewhere where you might not even think about you belong. And if you're working at the job that doesn't feel really right for you and you feel unhappy, of course, if you feel like very negative way unhappy, then you should resign. But I also think that your job, the day job, where you work full time, it doesn't need to be your purpose. You can have like many different hobbies that are your purpose, and then you can just have those as a side hustle instead. I just think that it's important that you still work towards your goals on the side, and of course the best case scenario is that sometimes you might even get like work opportunities, and even like if you have some interest, it is very possible that you get a job out of it. I'm just saying that let's not think that black and white. It doesn't need to be either or. You can have many things as long as you know how to share your time with everything. And I think this is important also, like when you test to do something on the side and you have it as your hobby, but you still might have like a bit more working touch on it, then I think it will show you if you actually enjoy it or not. And this is also because you don't earn anything from it, but you still fall in love with the process, you know? It is just, in my opinion, very much something what you should do in your life. So don't care about the money. Of course you should have your day job, you should get money somewhere for living. But when you think about your passions, don't think about you need to, maybe I shouldn't do it because I'm not gonna earn anything. Like, for example, for me, it might be hard to be a yoga teacher because it's hard to get a job, and also it doesn't pay that well. So you shouldn't think those cons when you have something in you that you want to offer to people. But yeah, like I said, you can have that as a side hustle. You can make your own variation how you want to offer it. Like I'm offering my free yoga in YouTube, and it makes me really, really happy about it when I can actually help and combine my knowledge and what I can do. So yeah, just remember that it's not a must to have that as your full-time job when you have a passion. You can have many different things in life. Okay, so the third step what I want to offer you today is that you need to be able to change your identity and own the thing you want to do. And this is something what I have actually learned lately myself, it is new thing to me, and it is hard to put on action because it also comes in process, it comes in steps. But I mean that it helps so much when you kind of get past of that edge or like a mountain that you don't feel enough for the thing you want to do, or you don't feel that but I'm just like this, I cannot do that. And yeah, you know the deal. I'm sure you know what I mean, and you might have something similar inside of you. If you don't believe that you cannot do it, you really can't either. And this is actually what happened with me with my yoga dream. I have wanted to become a yoga teacher for a very long time. It has been a big dream of mine for a very long time. And the hardest part for me when I have been analyzing this is that I didn't feel enough to be a yoga teacher. I didn't feel worthy enough to be a yoga teacher. I was kind of respecting the yoga so much, so I felt that it's a bit out of my reach. And yeah, in like overall, I just didn't feel like I'm a yoga teacher. And that was the problem, because when I don't feel like I'm the yoga teacher, how can I ever become a yoga teacher? And this might be a bit hard to understand because I didn't understand it before, but in some cases you need to able to switch your identity and take it from there. And this is what I have been actually doing little by little. And like I said, it doesn't happen overnight. You need to do small steps to become that, and you need to start acting the way yoga teacher would act in your opinion, or start to act the way your best self would act, and so on. And then it kind of starts to it starts to come automatically, and it feels so light, and it feels so that your life starts to flow a bit easier, because you don't have this kind of resistance in your brain all the time that I want to become a yoga teacher, but I can't because I'm not a yoga teacher. Like, you cannot be a yoga teacher if you don't take those steps and you become a yoga teacher and also start acting like one. And I'm a bit harsh in this case because I'm a bit annoyed to myself that I didn't understand this earlier, and it's okay. It's totally okay that we don't do the steps we need to do, or we don't do the steps we need to do in time or when we should have done it. It all comes in their own pace. Maybe all the things were supposed to happen like this. Who knows? We will see in the future. But yeah, it is just important that if you want something, if you want to become anything, if you want to start training, or if you want to start studying in some school, you need to trust yourself. You need to remember that you are enough and you can accomplish things. And of course, some things can be out of our reach. I'm still a realistic person, but some things are still reachable for us, and we can do it if we just believe in us and we believe that we can actually do it. And one more last reminder that things will take time. Don't forget that. And that is also in this whole process when you are looking for your own things you want to do. You want to start living by your own values and living more in alignment with your life. Then it will take time. It will take years, and you might change the course in your life many times, but it's just a very important reminder that it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen, maybe it doesn't happen next year either. It will take time, and then suddenly you just look back and you're like, whoa, I have actually done quite a lot of improvements, and life feels quite good right now. And I just want to wrap up this little conversation with you with that how does it actually feel like right now for me to live in alignment, and how it feels like that I have actually managed to start with my own YouTube channel. I have started to go after my dreams like 100%, and I think the best thing is that I don't have any headspace to worry or compare or just get anxious or anything. It's much less negativity inside of my head than it was before, and that's the best thing about it, because I think I have mentioned this in my previous videos, but I used to have a lot of chaotic thoughts. I used to have a lot of anxiety about future, about life in general. I'm a bit deep thinker, but I think that has helped me a lot with those things, that I actually can channel my energy something else, like what I have inside of me. I can channel it to the things I love to do, and I feel like I'm not wasting my life here. And yeah, that's how it feels, and that's the best thing for sure. I just want to say and confirm that of course it's not always perfect. I have really bad days sometimes, and it feels like I'm not motivated, or it just feels like I have a lot of anxiety and so on, but overall I think I have improved with that a lot, and I'm really happy about it. And some other things are that I feel that my work is flowing much more. It doesn't matter what I do. Like if I work with different projects, it feels like I'm more organized, I'm more productive, and it just feels like it doesn't feel that exhausting for me to work. And yeah, I think it just works for everything in my life right now. Like all the relationships feels a bit easier. Of course, there are sometimes issues, I don't say that, but overall it deepens my relationships. I have gotten much more results at the gym. It feels like my workouts are flowing easier, and yeah, like just all the projects related, and at home that I feel a bit more organized. It's a lot of things that are easier when you are actually happy about yourself. You don't, like I said in the beginning, you don't compare yourself too much and waste your time to those energy vampires and so on. Like I said, it's not all perfect, and I feel bad some days. Maybe I also have this fear that things are not gonna work out. It's completely natural for sure, and when you do the things you love, you're a bit afraid, because of course it's something what you bring from your heart, and you feel vulnerable and so on. I might be a bit afraid that it doesn't work out, but in the end, if I think about it, it doesn't really matter, because if I only had one day left on this earth, for example, I wouldn't feel that I haven't done the things I want to do. So in the end it will be worth it, and it's about process and not about the results, really. I might sound a bit cheesy now, but that is so true, that you need to fall in love with the process instead and just enjoy what you're doing, and it doesn't matter how it ends up. And my best friend always says that it doesn't matter because you will learn anyway, and I carry that with me. So yeah, it's an important reminder too. Okay, that's it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this. I enjoy talking about this topic. I'm really passionate about it, as you might hear. And let me know in the comments if you can relate to anything, if you have any your own tips how to feel a bit more flowing in your life, that you don't feel that stuck anymore. I'm sure my other viewers would appreciate those tips as well. Thank you so much, and I hope I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!